Hey up, Chatter Gang. Here we are in Krakow in Poland.
We never intended to make a video while we were here because we're with a bunch of mates, but we're having such a good time we wanted to share our photographs with you because he's Colin.
He's Tim, and together we are the Chatter Guys. Come on, let's get showing you.
Now, our accommodation was very interesting, wasn't it? It was on the site of the Jewish ghetto. So a really old building that we're in. We were on the second floor, I think, weren't we?
Yeah.
It was a big Airbnb. Bearing in mind there were 6 of us, and like there were 3 or 4 bedrooms, something like that.
Yeah.
And downstairs, it was like an alleyway that it was in, wasn't it? They had like information boards all along the alley, didn't they?
Yeah.
So very interesting that basically the Jewish people, once the Nazis took over Krakow, they were confined to that area.
Seeped in history, it really was, and you could feel it there as well.
Yes.
The apartment that we were in, there were plenty of room for all of us. There was 6 of us, but you could definitely feel they were seeped in history. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. The big disadvantage for us was that it was quite warm while we were there, so we had the window open while we slept, and there were tour guides coming around. It was really, really early. Was it 7 or 7:30 in the morning?
7, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and she was shouting at everybody because obviously it were a big group of people there, and she was shouting so that everybody could hear. But then she was shouting us to get up out of bed, really.
We were like, "What's going on?" We were stuck out of the window. There's a big group of tourists, like so. That wasn't great for us, was it? No. But it was a good location. It was pretty near to the centre of the town, and if it hadn't been for the tour guides, it would have been quite peaceful.
It would have been a great place. Tim, what did you think to the architecture of Krakow?
And I thought it was really, really impressive, very well preserved. Some lovely, lovely buildings. You could just spend like an afternoon just walking around and looking at them, I think. What did you think of it,
I
Cole?
totally agree. I was gobsmacked me just looking up at the old buildings, and it's not just 1 or 2, it's everywhere. It's a really old city. It's a lot different to Warsaw, where that's a newly built city. This is totally in the old town. It's just building after building after building. It's got some real good history to look at.
I tell you what I didn't like about it, and we've seen this a lot in European cities that we've been to. In some areas there's so much graffiti, wasn't there? A lot more than you see in this country, I think.
I don't know how it's accepted so much over there. It just seems to be just people are allowed to get away with it. I don't know. It's a thing that we've seen all over, isn't it?
We have. It's certainly in Europe, but not so much here.
And it's just a shame on all the old buildings, what the state it leaves it in. It's unbelievable, really.
It is. There's a pretty good tram service. We only used it to get from the airport into town, didn't we?
But I would recommend, and what we found out afterwards, where I've watched a few YouTube videos, it's really simple. You can download an app for the trains, and it'll tell you if you put in where you want to go, it'll tell you which tram you need to get on, and it'll give you directions to the tram, and you can book tickets on the app. It's so easy.
Yeah, we didn't realise that until we were coming home, did we?
No, we just did a lot of walking, and we could have cut a lot of that out.
Chatter Gang, if you're over, I think it's 60, you get half price fare, and if you're over 70, you get it for absolutely nought.
There you go.
Now, in the centre of Krakow is the main market square. That's literally what it translates into English. I won't try to pronounce what it says, how you say it in Polish. But that is the main focus of the city, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah. If anyone's going walking, they all seem to be walking towards where the main square is.
Yeah, it's definitely the centre of everywhere. It's got some magnificent architecture. There's the main thing that I think it's most famous for is St Mary's Basilica, which is famous because do you remember it's that building that had them 2 towers?
Yeah.
And one was a lot bigger than the other and a lot fancier than the other. And the legend behind it, I don't know if it's true or not, is that the towers were built by 2 rival brothers, and one brother built the first tower and the other brother completed the other one, but because we wanted to outdo him, we made it bigger and a lot fancier.
Yeah, and you can tell the difference between them both, can't you? It's
Absolutely.
like chalk and cheese.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, I would definitely recommend to go. However, there's a
Yeah.
couple of drawbacks we need to make you aware of.
Do not eat there for a number of reasons. We made a mistake and had a meal there, didn't we, the first night, and the meal was fine, except we learnt that it was quite a lot more expensive. If we'd have just gone to a street away, we would have paid a lot less, wouldn't we?
Yeah, and also you've got to be aware of the pigeons in the square.
Pigeons. Those pigeons were a bloody nuisance.
They will torment you all the way through your dinner, and they will just not leave you alone. They will just not, if you just waff them away, they're not bothered about that.
They were relentless. You scare them a little bit and they'd like take a step back, but then they'd come again. The final straw was one actually landed in, was it Sean's dinner?
Yeah.
Just in the middle of his plate. Luckily he'd nearly finished, but they were horrible. And also they've got some lovely horse-drawn carriages that set off from the square, aren't they? You can hire them and go for a horse-drawn carriage.
They look beautiful.
However, when you're eating your dinner, you get an horrible waft of horse as it's going past.
Yeah.
So,
And if you're like me and you've got a nervousness around horses, then
and pigeons, to be fair,
pigeons, yeah.
it's not the place. So definitely, by all means, go and have a look and admire the architecture. But we would not recommend going there for anything to eat
Or drink.
or drink. One of the things that you can't fail to miss in Krakow is that magnificent castle that overlooks the whole city.
Yes, it's definitely one to take a walk up. It's not so steep, but the views that you get once you get up there is unbelievable. The only downfall to it is a lot of the attractions were paid attractions to get in. We don't pay for note, but it's worth it just to go up and get the elevator views to look down across Krakow. It's absolutely unbelievable views up there.
Yeah, and there were some nice gardens up there as well. We were very lucky because the weather was perfect, wasn't it? It was nice and sunny, not too hot. And then do you remember there was the old ruins as well at the top of the castle, just all very interesting and plenty to look at up there.
However, just for a word of warning, the toilet's 50p, so if you need a toilet, please go down at the bottom. Don't leave it until you go right to the top. Now, whilst we had a lot of fun in Krakow, there's no visit to the region is complete without a stop at the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial and Museum.
Yeah, the site was originally built and operated by Nazi Germany, but it stands today as a monument to the victims of the Holocaust, and it's a sad reminder of one of history's darkest chapters.
The complex, what you'll find, is divided into two main parts, which is Auschwitz I, the original concentration camp, and a much larger extermination camp, Auschwitz II, better known as Birkenau.
However, now it's dedicated to memory and education, and it makes sure that what happened here is never ever forgotten.
Absolutely not. One of the many things that you can do in Krakow is visit the river and go on river cruises.
Yes, we took a river cruise at night, and you think we would have learned our lesson from York, wouldn't you? Because you go on a river cruise at night, it's nice to see all the illuminated parts of the city from the river, but then there's big long stretches where there's nothing that's lit up. It was a fair enough cruise, wasn't it? It was nice enough.
We need to learn as lesson not to go cruising in the dark.
Do you remember the taxi ride that we had to get it?
So we were in a panic because we were so many people taking too long to get ready in the apartment, and we left it to the very last minute to set off to go down to where the boat set off. So we were in a panic because we couldn't get a taxi, but when we eventually found a taxi, it was one of the Hackney taxis. It weren't an Uber taxi, and we pulled him down and we told them that we're in a panic and we needed to get to the river. So I think they inflated the prices what it would have cost us.
Certainly did, because we didn't know where we were in relation to the river, did we? So we didn't know how long it was going to be. They quoted us a price, The man drove like a maniac. He scared me and Colin to death.
I don't know how we lived to tell the story, to be honest. It was something like...
It was just an ordinary
Fast
road.
and Furious 12. It were
was.
absolutely terrifying.
It was an ordinary road, wasn't it? How fast do you reckon it was
I
going?
must have been going at least 60, 70 down
ordinary
through
roads.
a city centre road. It were absolutely shocking.
That said, it took us about 5 minutes to get there, and we were totally ripped off by that taxi. So that wasn't a great start to our weekend.
And
Krakow,
there
was
were
it?
no reason to panic because there were no rush for us to get on that boat.
No, they waited for us, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But there is also other boats you can go on what don't move, what don't go on the cruise, and you can just sit on the deck or go down, and there's discos on some of them, isn't there?
Yep,
There were even a gay one.
we did. We found an LGBT plus boat.
What, a drag show's going off and all sorts.
Yeah, we didn't understand what was going on because it's all in Polish. And quite rightly too.
But it did look fun.
It did. Obviously, we've gone away with a group of lads, so we're going to have a few good nights out, aren't we, Colin?
We did have some really good nights. What I found about Krakow and what I loved about it is there didn't seem to be a lot of chained pubs like what we have.
No.
Every pub seemed to have a different atmosphere inside, different decorations, and I really enjoyed every single bar we went into.
They were certainly very different. A lot of them were underground, weren't they? And I
Yeah.
think that's because it gets so cold in the winter. It's easy to keep them warm. I think that's why they do it. Very different bars as well. We've been to some quite posh ones and then some quite basic ones. In fact, the one that I like best, do you remember that one that had all the like signs and posters all over the wall and had that really old-fashioned television?
Yeah, it were done out for it were a theme for the propaganda.
That's right, it
Yeah.
was.
Fully recommend it. The only thing I didn't like was the beer. It was you got it with a little bit of a head on if you got some head, but then after 5 minutes, that if you 5 minutes drinking the lager, it was flat.
Just flat, yeah. You got 2 drinks and it was flat. So that said, we had the best espresso martini cocktail ever. That was fantastic. I don't know what she did when she made it, but it's so nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, drinks prices, they were varied from around about €4, €5. So they were a little bit more than what I were expecting it to be.
Yeah,
but still cheaper than what it is at home.
Yeah, and there was a strange thing. We noticed it more in the bars, but they did it in the restaurants as well. They would not split the bill. So there was a group of the 6 of us all together, and if you went to the bar, you had to either order separately or just like pay for a complete round, and it was same in the restaurant as well.
They didn't make it. Although cards is accepted everywhere.
Yeah.
If you're with a group, they expect you to pay in a group, so that were a bit awkward.
One night we went to a restaurant. They said, "I'll accept 2 card payments." They didn't seem to have the same concept of customer service that we had. Do you remember that time we went for breakfast and was it Sean? He said he didn't want tomatoes.
Yeah.
And the waiter just said, "Well, just leave them on the side of your plate."
I don't think the customer service, and a lot of Polish people will tell you exactly the same as well. They don't mean to be, it's just where they come across. They don't mean to be unhelpful, it's just the way they come across.
Yeah, they're not splitting the bill. If it says tomatoes on the menu, you're having them on your plate, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. What did you think to the food?
I wasn't impressed, really.
No, I don't think we had three main meals, didn't we? And I don't think we were impressed with any of them. Either.
Not really. I thought a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
Mind you, it is a capital city, so you've got to take that into account. And that's Final Restaurant. It was quite a posh steak restaurant. It was absolutely freezing.
Yeah, it was.
In there.
Not special. Once again, not special.
And really difficult over the bill. In fact, we said, we're not staying here.
Maybe we went to some places that were not.
Yeah, we were only there 4 nights, so maybe there's some places that were much better.
Yeah, there you go.
So one afternoon we decided to take a nice walk along the riverbank, and we ended up at the local fairground, didn't we, Colin?
The one, it were really good to visit that because it weren't so expensive, and when we went, it was pretty quiet.
Yeah, we were the only ones there, really, weren't we?
I think it's more for night time, but during the day all the rides were still open. There is one ride which we didn't get on, which I regret, and that was the balloon. Would you have gone on the balloon, Tim?
I wouldn't have gone on it. It was like this big, massive round balloon, wasn't it? And it was on a chain, and it just went up, but it went really, really high, didn't it?
Really high.
And you would have got some spectacular views, although we've got some very good views from the big wheel, didn't we?
The big wheel were good, but to see then when we were walking around Krakow and we kept looking up and seeing this balloon, it looks formidable. So that's one thing I would definitely recommend to go on, but we didn't.
Here we are, Chatter Gang. We're on the Krakow big wheel. See Collins taking in the views. He's not started screaming yet.
I'm not squirmish.
Much. We're also here with our friend Arthur. That's back of Arthur's head there. I'm going to say hello to the Chatter Gang, Arthur.
Good evening, Chatter Gang guys. Hope you're enjoying this show.
However, you and the rest of the lads had some fun on the Dodgems, didn't you?
We did. It was just like I remember Dodgems being. You could bump into the because some Dodgem rides you couldn't go onto, and they don't allow bumping, but these didn't mind. It was great fun.
I think it's positively encouraged.
It was great fun.
Oh, they're all after Colin. Oh, well. Colin's being chased. That's John and Sean just in the red one, just after it. Oh. No, they're all after Colin, and Rob and Arthur just crashed into John and Sean. Oh, freeway there. Collision that was. What I meant.
Poor Sean ended up all battered and bruised, down to Colin, such a reckless driver.
I had to get my own back. They were gunning for me, so I thought, right, I'm going to gun for you then.
Luckily for me, someone had to stand there and film it, so I knew the best thing was to stay on the sidelines.
We've hoped you've liked our memories of Krakow.
We're definitely going to come back here, so if you've got any recommendations for us, please let us know.
And if you do like the video, please give us a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel and don't want to miss out on any of our future videos, then please subscribe, because it will cost you absolutely nought.
Thanks for joining us, Chat the Gang. We will see you next time.
Night.
Night.
Flies once the kielbasa starts sizzling. So come and visit Poland. Grab a kielbasa in each hand. Come for the noshing and supping and dancing. You'll be the most popular one in the land.